For my chef background, it's like sustainability and equity. So how can I find like women farmers, black farmers, young farmers, in the city, people who starting out in the city and use their products and their strains that they're pushing? And like, dude, it's a $45 billion industry projected. Of course I want some fucking money and equity. I've just been like, getting really into differentiating like notes and terpenes and how that affects how we indulge in the food. And I learned actually during my James Beard course, like with the what do you call that, sommelier, how similar wine and marijuana is. So lemon haze is I think it's a great like all around cooking weed. You don't get too sleepy. You usually get kind of up, a little upper, but not to a point where you're like frantic and possibly paranoid. Really a process, I think, over the last year, like learning each strain and how to pair that with certain foods. Like certain foods hit heavier, so I would use like more, definitely more sativa with like appetizers in the beginnings, and then I like to do like indicas and stuff with desserts because afterwards, you want to let that settle in, and usually that's towards the end of the night. I usually dose it out to where this is like, I think this is a 100 milligram bottle. So I'll know 5 drops equals 0.5. I worked out a formula that gives me pretty accurate numbers. There's the distinction between infusing food and dosing. Like, everybody can make a weed brownie. That's really simple to do. However, making something like knowing milligrams, knowing how each weed affects you differently is the differentiator. I started growing about 2 summers ago, right before the pandemic, and I grew 3 plants. So 2 Laughing Buddha plants and 1 lemon haze plant, and I kind of always had a green thumb too. Like speak with the farmers, see what's in season, and then we had a rooftop garden at North End Grill, which is where I got my grill culinary start. These were late reservations. Like I said, it started in 2013. I started just doing events like locally in colleges, like dorm parties, and like eventually started like building my clientele. Like I worked at I would like hand-pick my jobs too. I worked at Soho House specifically so I can meet the higher end clientele and pick, what do you guys like to eat? What do you guys want? What are you guys looking for? How do I bring this exclusivity model into the cannabis space while also making it inclusive? It's hard to imagine a world where those two things that go so well together don't work and aren't viable, especially with the way our country is economically. Like, a lot of chefs are moving into that industry, becoming bud tenders, because it's similar, the work is similar, and it's a passion industry where you get to use your hands and be connected to the products and the customer. We can actually change the narrative of how we look at this plant, because that's what it is, as well as how we look at food and how we like food is a very social thing. It's something that we all do all across the world. We all enjoy food, and we all need it.